Alan, after 21 years, you're back at Leyton Orient. How pleased are you to be back with us on the coaching staff this time?
Yeah, absolutely delighted. Had a conversation with Martin last week and he said would I be interested in coming down and having a chat and where I live at the moment and where I'm about, and everything about the club when I met him was just, made absolute sense. I've always kind of kept a close eye on Orient from the time being here, having my first experience in league football as a young kid to having the opportunity to come back and coach at a first team level. It's where I want to be. I want to be at first team level. I want to be, pushing players every day to improve, and having the end result on a Saturday winning games is what I'm about and what I want to do, and jumping at the opportunity to come back.
2 decades have passed, as we say. How much has changed around here? I don't think this room is here, was it?
No, stand wasn't here. I think we just had the new stand behind one of the goals built. Both sides. And we hadn't got a stand behind one of the goals. I don't think, if I remember right, it was more of a mound hill, old terracing. A lot has changed. I remember playing a few years ago with Brentford. We were here and it was a full house and kind of everything was done then and created an amazing atmosphere. So I know what they can bring and what fans can bring here. So yeah, stadium looking really, really good. It's in a great location, well supported at the moment and progressing in the right way.
How much do you think that spell sort of set you up for the rest of your career? Because as you say, it was your first taste of seeing.
Yeah, I remember coming down and kind of not knowing what to expect. I was 19, I think. Came down. I'd just come out to England the year before. I'd never experienced fans really in a stadium and the noise that it can make. So yeah, it definitely set me up in terms of what to expect and how to prepare for games. Don't remember too much of the playing within the game, but it was the atmosphere around it and the build up towards games and training that kind of really made me go, right, okay, you got to prepare properly, you got to understand everything about oppositions, and you got to go out and put in performance because you're going to be under pressure every Saturday at 3 o'clock. So it certainly gave me a good stepping stone moving forward.
After leaving us, you went on to win 5 promotions in your career. We're kind of in a similar position here in that we've won 2 in recent years. So now with your coaching hat on, what's the key to success in a club?
I look back on I've been fortunate enough to be around 5 of them now, and it's very good players. Tactics were always good. Everything that people see on the Saturday at 3 o'clock were always good, but it's what you don't see on the Monday to Friday from the outside when you're coming in, you're trying best players, in training every day. Everyone wants to be there. An amazing culture in a club. You've got to be on it for every day that season. You can't have an off day. And it was always the group, from staff into players, the club, the foundations that it set, the culture it sets amongst the place from top to bottom. I think that's the most important part. If you get that right, even if your team is maybe not as technically good as an opposition, you get that culture right, you win more games because you're all in it together, you're all on the same page, you're all buying in to the same ideas and philosophy, and that certainly gets you more wins than anything else in the season. So that was the big thing for me, enjoying the dressing room, coming in, pushing each other, everybody being a part of it.
How many of those principles from your playing days have you now taken into your coaching career?
Every one of them. Yeah, a massive value on mine. I trained as I played. I had to do it. I knew I had to do it to be the best version of myself. I knew I had to do it to keep up with players as teams were progressing. I had to work harder, had to train better, had to become a better person, better individual, better teammate. And it snowballs effect. You pick it all up over the years and you realise, okay, I've got to be this way. And stepping into coaching from starting at the younger levels all the way up to first team, you try to tell the players that you got to train the best, you got to push them to be the best, you got to be the best trainer every day, and you got to improve every day. And if you have that with a good culture around the place, it's huge for anybody in any team to progress and win things.
Was coaching always the plan for you?
Yeah, always the plan. Yeah, always see myself as that person that wanted to help organise, wanted to help create, wanted to help improve, wanted to be around it. Didn't really want to leave football. That's all I ever really done. So in that sense, it was a natural thing to do. At what level, I kind of knew from the start I wanted to be first team. I liked the pressure of the Saturday, the kick-offs, the build-up, having 3 points on the line. And academy football is amazing, but having that competitiveness with fans, you know, the euphoric moment of winning a game or scoring a goal, I don't think you can get it in any other job, in any other age group. So that was a big part of my mentality, and it's where I want to be.
And you join us from Leyton, and obviously anyone who follows football knows the progress that Leyton have made in recent years. For a young coach, are you kind of joining us from the perfect club, given the rise that they've?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of the only club I've coached in. So it was a smooth transition from retiring into a club that I knew very, very well. Matched everything of my culture, my values. They had that already and installed quite a bit of that into me. When I met Richie and Martin during the week, I got the same impression that that's where the club want to go. This is where the club want to progress to. It's on a good pathway at the moment. It doesn't happen quickly, it does take time, but I just got a really good feel that the clubs are similar in how they want to go about it, in terms of the culture, in terms of their philosophy, in terms of their identity. I think they've got that at the moment, and it's about pushing that on, continuing to grow, continuing to progress, and then at the end of the season, hopefully, you know, you've had a successful season.
You mentioned Richie there. Saying off camera, you played against him a few times in your career. So what kind of conversations have you had with him?
Not much about the playing. I do remember playing against him though, and he was extremely tough to play against. He was technically so good. Great brain, great footballing brain. Played in a superb team that when we did play against each other. So my game at that time was box to box, aggressive, tackling, and I didn't get close to him that often. So I remember, I remember trying to get near him and getting a little bit agitated that I couldn't get close to him or stop him, but again, that's why he was a good player, and that's why he played at such high levels.
And just lastly, so pre-season's not far away now, so what are you hoping to achieve first of all, I mean in the next few weeks or so, and then looking ahead into the season?
Yeah, pre-season as always it's about getting the base into the boys, about getting the structure into them quickly, getting the identity there, which I know Richie's got, and he's got a clear identity, a way to play. So I've done a lot of work on viewing last season and the playing style of that, both in and out possession. Getting to know everybody really quickly is important. I've got to create that relationship with all the players. I've got to get them ready. I'll be pushing them. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get started. It's pre-seasons are always tough. They can become a little bit stale at times because there's no competitive fixture at the weekend, but as long as you've got the mentality that you are building towards something and you're willing to push extremely hard during your work days, then you know we'll be ready to go come the first game.
Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.